Dear students of class 9A and 9B, as per the further revised syllabus of the council, all the lessons, the teaching of all the lessons have been completed. Although we have framed, although I made a split up syllabus before COVID-19, before the imposition of COVID-19 throughout the country and the restriction imposed by the government for COVID-19 and 19, as a subject teacher, as per the instruction of our school, I made a split up syllabus, and so many lessons also were there to be taught. I had to some more lessons were to be taught, but due to the further revised syllabus of the council, due to the instruction of the council, the syllabus which is reduced, now there is no scope to teach a new lesson. So the lessons which are already taught, once again we have to re-explain it. And today I have decided to re-explain lesson number 4, the Mauryan Empire. Now what are the sources? You please recall your memories. I shall re-explain. I shall clarify the main points of this lesson. You please keep it in your mind. What are the sources of the Mauryan Empire? And what is the introduction of it? You know, Kautilya, the politician, the critic, the writer, the diplomat, the Brahmin leader, had introduced some ideals, some policies for the growth of a new era, for the growth of a new dynasty named Mauryan dynasty, Mauryan age. He wrote one book. The book later had become a famous book of the Mauryans, Arthashastra. In his famous book Arthashastra, Kautilya explained, Kautilya gave vivid explanations regarding the age of the Mauryans, the power and the glory of the Mauryan Empire, its effectiveness, its hard work, its rigid routine, also were narrated, also were given in this famous book, Arthashastra. According to the description of Kautilya, during that time when Mauryan Empire was not established, there were 16 Mahajanapadas in our country, which were ruled by Shishunagas and Nandas. Out of 16 Mahajanapadas, Magadha became very much rich, prosperous and powerful. And their superiority continued till 14th century BCE under the two dynasties, Shishunagas and Nandas. Around 323 BCE, the major kingdom, the Shishunagas and the Nandas, the major kingdom, Shishunagas were not there that time. During that period, Nandas were there. So, around 323 BCE, the most important and prominent dynasty which was ruling, the Nandas, this dynasty was disintegrating and was facing a lot of problems. It was at this moment that a new leader, Chandragupta Maurya, emerged, and under the able guidance of Kautilya or Chanakya, he was able to carve out a vast empire over the period from 321 to 297 BCE. And now, what are the sources actually? There are certain sources regarding the age of the Mauryans. Number one, Arthashastra, which was written by Kautilya. We generally get various informations about the age of the Mauryans. We come to know about the military skill of the famous king Chandragupta Maurya, his military skills, his administrative skills, his diplomatic skills, his strategies. These all we come to know from the famous book of Kautilya, Arthashastra. Besides, Kautilya, being a experienced diplomat, also motivated Chandragupta Maurya a lot to occupy such a vast kingdom. And another important source of information during the age of Chandragupta Maurya or Mauryan Empire, that was Indica, another famous book which was written by Megasthenes. Now, who was Megasthenes? Megasthenes was a Greek ambassador sent by Seleucus, the general of Alexander, to the court of Chandragupta Maurya. So, Megasthenes also has left vivid impressions about the Mauryan empires. He also left various informations about the age of the Mauryans and about the administration of Chandragupta Maurya. So we come to know about the administrative skill of Chandragupta Maurya, about the richness of the people, about the happiness of the people, about the restrictions imposed in the administrative system by Chandragupta Maurya. Each and every policies of Chandragupta Maurya and his achievements we come to know from the book of Megasthenes, Indica. Besides Indica and Arthashastra, another important drama was written by Visakadatta. The name of the drama is Mudra Rakshasa. In this famous drama, Visakadatta has narrated Chandragupta Maurya to be a hero of that age. As a hero, and what heroic deeds he left was his ability to crush the influence of his opponents. He crushed the influence of the Nandas. Once upon a time, he himself was insulted by the Nandas. Once upon a time, Chanakya also was insulted at the court of the Nandas. So both of them joined hands with a view to take revenge against the Nandas. Chandragupta Maurya was motivated by Kautilya or Chanakya to take revenge of him or her of his insult. Chandragupta Maurya himself also was insulted there. So he, from the very, very beginning, was determined to take revenge against that insult which was digested by both of them, by himself and his well-wisher Chanakya. Ultimately, Chandragupta Maurya was able to defeat the Nandas and also was able to extend his empire and made a very powerful kingdom throughout India. And this is the most important part. These are the most important sources about the rule of Chandragupta Maurya and Mauryan Empire. Next one, Ashokan Edicts. Ashokan Edicts are actually a collection of 33 chronicles, and these chronicles were published by, and these 33 inscriptions are written on the pillars of Ashoka. And there are the most reliable source of information about the Ashoka's death we come to know from these chronicles. These 33 chronicles is also are known as Ashokan edicts. The inscription on these edicts in Prakrit language describe Ashoka's ideals and his belief in the Buddhist concept that Ashoka was respectful towards the concept of Buddhism, and that Ashoka, who received the knowledge of of Buddha's preachings and teachings, and also encouraged others to receive the knowledge of Buddhism, and also made so many followers of Buddhism, that very person also was influenced by the ideals of Buddha, Lord Buddha, and also, his concept, whatever he gained from there, he made it by making a number of dharmas, one number of monasteries, and also made an arrangement to teach the concept of teachings of Ashoka, teachings of Lord Buddha. And there were some edicts, major edicts, minor edicts. He also got it done. And only because of that reason, we come to know about the age of Ashoka, and after the death of Lord Buddha, what had he done for the improvement of Buddhism or teachings under the concept of Lord Buddha. We come to know from these edicts, major edicts, minor edicts, and 7 filler edicts. Major edicts 2, it also has narrated about one fact that the Pandavas were the neighbors. The Pandavas were the neighbors of Ashoka. And while Rock Edict 3, it is mentioned that provincial administration and the concept of Dharma Vijaya, how much terrible effort was that on the part of Ashoka. Ashoka proved to be successful, and ultimately the Barbar, the Kalinga, the age of Kalinga means the Kalinga war, and afterwards the change which came in the life of Ashoka, how much he was able to motivate him while giving the principle of violence to principles of non-violence. These all are the points are written in this edict number 12 and edict number 13. The Pillar Edict 17 also describes about the administrative skills of Ashoka and public welfare of Ashoka. Next one, Sachistupa. Ashoka, with a great respect for Lord Buddha, he also decided to preserve all the body parts of Ashoka into a stupa. That's why Sanchi Stupa was constructed by Ashoka. And some important parts of Ashoka's body also are preserved there inside that stupa, Sanchi Stupa. And Sanchi Stupa, while constructing Sanchi Stupa, Ashoka sanctioned a lot of money in order to decorate it and in order to make it very much attractive to the visitors, travelers of the world who usually would come to visit historical places. And also he got it arranged. To preach the ideals of Buddhi, ideals of Lord Buddha, and ideals of Ashoka, because Ashoka himself made his own dharma. That dharma which was taught, that dharma which was made by Ashoka, it became possible only because of the concept of Buddhism, whatever he gained from the sense of Buddhism, Buddhist sense, whatever knowledge he gained from the Buddhist sense, he also added certain points over there, and also made his own Dhamma, and his own Dhamma was based on the concept of Buddhism. He also inscribed it in the wall of Sanchistupa. All the principles, all the preachings and teachings of Buddhism, all the principles of his own Dhamma, these also were inscribed in some walls of Sanchistupa. But according to some historians, some of it were deciphered, and hence these were the archaeological survey of India were unable to understand the exact meaning of that of that writings. Hence, they destroyed it, and they also constructed new wall there, well decorated wall there, and it also attracts the visitors, millions of visitors of the world who usually come to see the great Sanchistupa, which was constructed by Emperor Ashoka. The next one, Chandragupta Maurya. Chandragupta Maurya was from the very beginning determined to take revenge of his insult, whatever he had to face at the court of the Nandas. Both of the two great persons, Chandragupta Maurya and Kautilya or Chanakya, were insulted, and both of them joined hands and overthrew the rule of the Nandas and established Chandragupta Maurya became a ruler. He was a king, and Kautilya was a diplomat and was inspired. Chandragupta Maurya was inspired by the ideals and strict principles and strategies found out by Kautilya, and hence he was able to defeat the Nandas. And then after the defeat of Nandas, Chandragupta Maurya established Mauryan Empire, and this empire also became a great empire during the ancient age. And besides the Mahajanapada, ideas of the Mahajanapadas with which the Nandas and the Shishunagas ruled, some ideas he got from there, and that experience helped Chandragupta Maurya to introduce a good system of administration. And in the field of administrative improvement, Chandragupta Maurya also was inspired by the ideals of Kautilya or Chanakya. Hence, his administration had become an administration of the people. People led a very rich, prosperous and healthy life. There was no injustice. No injustice was done. Everyone would lead a very happy and enjoyable life during the age of the Mauryans. Now Kautilya was actually a Brahmin diplomat who started his career as a diplomat at the court of the Nandas. But unnecessarily, since the Nandas had no education, no culture, they led a very enjoyable lifestyle at the cost of people, and people were not happy. There was an autocratic rule under the Nandas. The Nandas did not have any mercy for the people, and in order to show their strictness, sometimes they imposed so many restrictions on the people, and people were punished unnecessarily. But Kautilya Chanakya, as a courtier, he wanted people to be treated fairly, but the Nandas did not want to consider it. As a result of it, there was a tug of war between the Nandas and Kautilya or Chanakya. So Chanakya, only for that reason, felt insulted and left their court and was determined to overthrow their rule. Meanwhile, Chandragupta Maurya emerged as a great powerful king. During that time, he did not become a king, but he emerged as a powerful leader. So, Chandragupta Maurya was inspired by the ideals of Kautilya. Chanakya realized that what he expected from such circumstances, what he expected, he wanted to have a very powerful leader who might become a king of ancient India and would establish a very strong dynasty. That very person, Chandragupta Maurya, would be able to realize his dream, to fulfill his expectations, his hopes. So, he has inspired Chandragupta Maurya a lot, and Chandragupta Maurya, in consultation with Kautilya, declared war against the Nandas, and in the battlefield, the Nandas could not achieve success. All the soldiers under the Nandas, they left the battlefield, and Chandragupta Maurya followed them, and ultimately the Nandas considered a great defeat, and Chandragupta Maurya established a new rule in India, and he made Kautilya to be his foreign minister. The great, very diplomat Kautilya Chanakya became an important person in the court of Chandragupta Maurya. Who was he? He was Kautilya or Chanakya. Up to this, my dear students, thank you.